Hi, myself Priyanka. Today my discussion is on section 107 IPC, that is abatement. The section starts with the line, a person abets the doing of a thing. A person abets the doing of a thing. Here, doing of a thing means the crime behind the section. But please remember that write a appropriate word in an answer script. A person who is the abettor abets the doing of a thing which is the crime behind the section, who has done something which are the criteria of this section. First criteria is that which is the among other criteria. First is that it is not necessary that all the criteria should be taken place for commission of that abatement, for fulfillment of the charge of this section. It is not necessary that all the criteria should be taken place. First criteria is that instigate any person to do that thing. Suppose I am the abator, I am instigating any person to do that thing. That thing means that I have already mentioned the thing, that doing of a thing which is the main act of this section. Second criteria is that engages with one or more other person in any conspiracy for the doing of that thing. So here the conspiracy, the motto of this conspiracy is to doing of a thing. That thing which is mentioned before that. This section, that doing of that act of this section, which is the act of this section. For doing of that thing only the conspiracy is there. Then if any act or illegal omission has been done for pursuance of that conspiracy and for the pursuance of, in order to do that act, that thing, the word is that thing, for the doing of that thing. Or thirdly, intentionally aids any act or illegal omission the doing of that thing. By any act or illegal omission, if any person who is the abettor intentionally aids, instigate is the first criteria. Third criteria is intentionally aids. I am the abettor. I am intentionally aiding some other person for the doing of that thing. And for the doing of that thing, if I have intentionally aided some other person, then I can say that by how I have done this act, by doing any act or illegal omission. For a law student, it is easier to understand that act or illegal omission. Act is for doing of anything. If any doing of anything is there, then it is called act. And if it is omission, that I have omitted to do anything, then it is called omission. So expression 1 said what is instigation. First is instigated any person to do that thing. What is instigation? A person who by willful misrepresentation or willful concealment of material fact which he is bound to disclose, and thereby voluntarily procures or causes or attempted to cause or procure a thing which is called the instigation. Suppose I am the abettor, I am intentionally, doing something, willfully misrepresenting, willfully concealing some, material fact which is relevant to this issue and which is I am bound to disclose, and I am thereby causing or I am procuring something or attempting to do anything which is the call, by which I can cause and procure anything, then it is called instigation. Either I have causes or procures or attempted to cause or procure. It is not necessary that only there should be the facilitation of that act. It may be the attempt of the causing or procuring. Third is that intentionally aids. Expression 2 said that what is intentionally aids. If any person either prior to do the commission of that act or at the time of commission of that act has done something, if any act is there either prior to that act or at the time of commission of that, if any person has done anything which by which he has facilitated the commission of the act, or in order to commission of that facilitation of this commission of that act, if he has done something, then it is called intentionally aids. So first is that either at the time of commission of the act or prior to commission of that act, if that person has voluntarily if that person has done anything for facilitation of that commission of that act, or and thereby facilitate the commission, or not, it is mentioned that and either he has prior to that act or at the time of commission of that act has done something for facilitation of the commission of that act, and thereby he has facilitated the commission of that act, then it can say that he has intentionally aid of doing of that thing. This is the explanation of intentionally aid. Then there is one illustration about what is instigation. Suppose A is the police officer and B is the third person, has misrepresented before A, the police officer, that C is the main culprit, but fact is that C is the not the culprit, C is not the offender, and thereby causes the arrest of the C. Then it can say that B has instigated, misrepresented, and by misrepresentation of that fact, he has instigated A to arrest C. Then it can be said that B has done abatement. So here we can be clear about the abatement. If there is any question regarding this section, you can put this question in comment section, and if you like this video, please subscribe.